If you look around any Indian city today, you'll see EV ads everywhere. Electric scooters, electric cars, electric buses. On paper, it looks like India is going full electric. But here's the honest question. Are EVs actually ready for the masses in India right now? Not yet. And no, I'm not against EV or anything. This is just the reality. So let's break it down simply and honestly. First, let's talk about who EVs currently work for. If you live in a metro city, have a fixed daily commute, can charge at home or office, and mostly drive short distances, EVs make sense for you. But India is not just metros. India is a tier 2, tier 3 cities, towns, highways, and villages. And that's where the problems begin. This is the number one issue. India has only 2,500 to 3,000 public EV charging stations. That may sound fine at first, but India has over 300 million vehicles. So, this isn't just a small shortage, it's a huge mismatch. In most cities, charging stations are far from each other. Many chargers don't work properly, some are blocked or not active. Fast chargers are hard to find. And on highways, it's still risky to rely on. You don't want your road trip to turn into a charging treasure hunt. For mass adoption, people need to feel confident and not worried. Right now, owning an EV needs careful planning. For mass adoption, it needs to be easy and convenient. Manufacturers talk about 300 kilometers range, 400 kilometers range, but real world Indian conditions are different. Traffic, heat, AC usage, bad roads, overloading all reduce range. For two-wheelers, it's even more obvious. If your scooter gives 120 kilometers on paper, expect about 80 to 90 kilometers in real life. That's fine for daily office use. But for people who travel long distances, who use vehicles for businesses, and who live in smaller towns, this becomes stressful. Petrol gives peace of mind. EVs still demand mental math. Yes, running cost is low, and yes, electricity is cheaper than petrol. But the initial price matters most in India. An electric car costs about 20 to 30% more than its petrol version. Electric scooters are cheaper than before, but still expensive for many families. Subsidies help, but they keep changing, they differ from state to state, and they won't last forever. Mass adoption only happens when people can buy without subsidies. But we are not there yet. In EVs, the battery is everything. And batteries are expensive, degrade over time, don't like extreme heat. So India has high temperatures, especially in summer. Battery replacement can cost about 30 to 40% of the vehicle price. That scares buyers. Also, resale value is unclear. No one knows how a 6-year-old EV battery will perform in Indian conditions. People trust petrol engines because they have seen them work for decades. EV trust is still being built. This is a very underrated problem. In India, many people live in apartments, many park on the streets, and many don't even have assigned parking. Home charging sounds simple, but in reality, society permissions, wiring upgrades, electricity load issues all create friction. If you can't charge comfortably at home, owning an EV becomes a daily headache. Petrol stations are public infrastructure. EV charging is still semi-private. That's a big difference. EVs run on electricity, but India's power supply is not uniform. There are power cuts, voltage fluctuations, rural supply issues, so if charging is unreliable, confidence drops immediately. Also, fast charging puts heavy load on the grid. So without serious grid upgrades, mass EV adoption will strain the system. So EVs don't exist in isolation. They depend on power, policy, and planning. If something goes wrong in a petrol vehicle, every local mechanic can help. EVs, not yet. Fewer trained technicians, fewer service centers, expensive parts, and long waiting times. For the masses, service accessibility matters more than fancy tech. No one wants a software update excuse when their vehicle won't start. This is the key takeaway. EVs today are excellent city commuters, great for short, predictable usage, but they are not yet universal replacements. India needs vehicles that can handle long distances, run anywhere, refuel quickly, work in all the conditions. Petrol and diesel still do that better for now. So, is India doing anything right? Yes, absolutely. India is improving battery manufacturing, pushing local EV production, building charging corridors, supporting startups. Two-wheelers and buses are seeing real success. The EV transition is happening, just slower and more practical than headlines suggest. This is a marathon, not a sprint. EVs in India are not a failure. They are just not ready for everyone yet. Right now, EVs work for a section of users. Petrol still works for the masses. And that's okay. In the next 5 to 10 years, better batteries, cheaper prices, more chargers, strong grid will change the game. But today, buying an EV still requires compromise, and mass adoption doesn't like compromise. So, here's the question for you. Would you buy an EV today, or are you waiting for things to improve? Tell me in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.